Hello, or should I say, g'day, and welcome back to Outsiders and our Australia Day special. I'm James Morrow, back again for another year with the rambunctious Rowan Dean and the pancyclopedic Rita Panahi. Well, hasn't it been a busy summer? Not just here, but in America as well. We've seen Donald Trump give a smackdown to the Iranians via General Soleimani, and the left freak out that he'd started World War III. We've seen Joe Biden become a grandfather again, thanks to Joe's son Hunter. Remember, he's the one who was on the take from the Ukrainians, who was found to be the father of the baby of the stripper he was dating while he was married to the widow of his brother Beau. Classy, right? And we've also seen the Democrats get their impeachment case up in the Senate, more about which in a moment. But first, I wanted to highlight something else which happened this past week, which might have been missed by others in the local media. Trump went to Davos, you know, that big talk fest of the elites in Switzerland, and he gave a speech which, for my money, was every bit as strong as the one he gave at the UN last year. Have a listen to a little bit of it here.
America achieved this stunning turnaround not by making minor changes to a handful of policies, but by adopting a whole new approach centered entirely on the well-being of the American worker. Every decision we make on taxes, trade, regulation, energy, immigration, education, and more is focused on improving the lives of everyday Americans. We are determined to create the highest standard of living that anyone can imagine. And right now, that's what we're doing for our workers, the highest in the world. And we're determined to ensure that the working and middle class reap the largest gains. A nation's highest duty is to its own citizens.
Did you hear that? It's all about supporting Americans and American workers. Now, you could be cynical and say those are just another politician's political words. But here's the thing. Can you imagine any Democrat saying something similar? Indeed, any Labour politician here in Australia saying that about Australians? The idea that a government must put the needs of its own citizens first was once considered common sense. But these days, it makes liberal globalists recoil in horror. And it's why, whether it is Trump or Brexit or Boris Johnson or Morrison last May, they keep getting their proverbials handed to them by the voters. It's also why the Democrats right now in the U.S. are pushing so hard for impeachment. None of their candidates can match this forthright appeal to country and loyalty and patriotism. So, how is that impeachment going? Well, not great for the Democrats. Even the Washington Post has been forced to concede Trump's weathering the storm thanks largely to the strong economy. And in fact, Trump now enjoys the highest approval rating of his presidency and the lowest disapproval. And that's with a poll that was weighted towards Democrats. What's more, a majority also opposed removing Trump from office, which is another statistic that has flipped since last October. Great work, guys. Keep it up.